day, viewer. You're most welcome to the Nilecast on Westnile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day. Every day, my name is Okumuringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines today, security in the Northwest Nile region investigate murder of a UPDF officer by suspected rebels in Yumbe district. Uganda Revenue Authority e-receipt campaign boosts revenue collection in the Acholi sub-region. And in sports, Pakwach district soccer teams receive football donations. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. Good day again, viewer. You're most welcome to the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. The Territorial Police of Yumbe District are investigating circumstances under which the Uganda People's Defence Force soldier, Private Sekanabo Edward, who was attached to the 609 Battalion in Yumbe Main Barracks, was shot dead around 6 a.m. on the 18th of July 2023 by a group of disgruntled former rebels linked to the Westnile Bank Front 2. Dominic.
Circumstances under which a Uganda People's Defence Forces soldier, Private Sekanabo Edward, who is attached to 609 Battalion in Yumbe Main Barracks, was shot dead at around 6 a.m. on Tuesday, 18th July this year by a group of disgruntled former rebels linked to the West Nile Bank Front 2. This is according to the Superintendent of Police, Dragudu Ignatius, the Public Relations Officer for Northwest Nile Region.
A UPDF Private Sekanabo Edward, a Munyankole by tribe, attached to 609 Battalion Yumbe Main Barracks, was being shot dead by the rebel group of Northwest, by the rebel group of Westnile Bank Front 2. According to the intelligence from International Security Organization, a group of disgruntled former rebels of UNRF-2 headed by their leader called Aris Abibu, followed by Enoka Swaibu and Yasene Sadala Denka, with a following group of these rebel companies.
According to police, the suspected rebel group have been disturbing the communities by robbing them of their property, especially in Jabili Parish, Ramogi Sub-County in Yumbe District, which made the security agencies to hold several meetings to resolve the matter and later decided to carry out an operation.
This security committees resolved that if they don't understand, there should be at least joint security operation, of which our force tried yesterday. They went and stormed those people in their camp. After attacking them, they recovered 94 heads of cattle from the rebels. The cattle were being kept in Ramogi Sub-County headquarters.
Superintendent of Police Dragudu Ignatius added that up to now the forces are still on ground fighting hard to make sure that such wrong elements don't exist in the bush, and therefore urge the members of the public and the youth not to allow West Nile as a whole to get back to what happened in the past.
My humble advice to our local community of Yumbe is that we don't want to be taken to the situation of 80s. The situation of 80s and up to 90s was worse, which we don't accept to be taken to that level in Northwest Nile region. In West Nile general, we don't accept that. We don't tolerate rebel activity in our region. If the community come across with such a group of disorganized rebel group, let them report to the nearest police station or to the UPDF detached or any security organization officer, such that we shall quickly respond to apprehend or disorganize the group maximally and to allow our people to stay in peace.
The body of the late soldier has been taken to Gulu 4th Division Headquarters General Hospital for post-mortem, and the police said once the perpetrators are arrested, they will be taken to the courts of law. I'm Dominic Anton Okumu from Moyo.
And more in our stories. There was commotion at Nimule Stage, Adjumani Town Council, when a Toyota Primo with the registration number UBE 272C grey in color got burnt at 7:45 p.m. on the 19th of July 2023. The driver of the vehicle remains on the run. Onzima Alan reports.
There was a commotion at Nimule Stage, Adjumani Town Council, where a Toyota Primo with registration number plate UEB 272C grey in color got burned at 7:45 p.m. on 19th of July 2023. According to eyewitness, the vehicle belonging to Mr. Muzambil, who is working at Elegu Custom, the driver of the vehicle was draining fuel from the car for selling where the vehicle got burned. This made the driver of the vehicle to run away. Many of the taxi drivers at Nimule Stage wonder how the car caught fire and it made them shocked.
Here in Nimule Stage, there's an accident which happens. The vehicle from LFB operating in the border, which is a Primo grey by color and with a registration number plate UBE 272C, has got fire. As you can see, according to the source, the driver of the vehicle, who is at large at right now, was trying to sieve the fuels, the petrol from the tank to the jerrycans. At the end of the day, the vehicle just got fire. No one rescued.
Reporting for Westnile TV, Onzima Alan, Adjumani Nairocast.
And more in our stories. The local businesses in the Acholi sub-region are now embracing the electronic fiscal receipting and invoicing system, which has been introduced by the Uganda Revenue Authority to improve on tax compliance, reduce on tax evasion, and improve on record keeping of businesses. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports.
At the beginning, in 2020, local business in Acholi sub-region have been hesitant in adopting the use of electronic fiscal receipting and invoicing system, EFRIS. But e-receipt Yange campaign by Uganda Revenue Authority is bringing everything to life.
Why should you ask for an e-receipt when you buy an item?
It's for proof. If I buy anything, of course I need proof that I've bought it.
Wherever the campaign comes, it leaves people with joy, as those who have been using the EFRIS go back home with something.
We're running out of time,
The e-receipt Yange campaign have made the dream of Serotich Veni comes true.
I've been struggling actually to buy a phone, but the money is too little for me. The salary goes to school fees and feeding, so I'm so excited to see that I've at least gotten a phone that I didn't expect. I was planning to go back and finalize with my diploma, so I think this phone is going to help me a lot.
It was an evening to remember as Ambrose Omara received a call from URA, calling him to come back and pick the motorbike he won after using e-receipts.
I have waited patiently. Vision, no, I believe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Omara says, for many years of paying taxes, the e-receipt Yange campaign have given back to him as a passion, a brand new motorcycle.
And it's going to help me to improve my business because I'm a businessman. Yes, I've been paying taxes for many years. Yes.
Catherine Ayobo, the station manager URA Gulu, says the campaign is meant to encourage the local to demand for receipts when purchasing things from supermarkets and other local business places.
To encourage taxpayers as they're buying products and services from shops, supermarkets, they ask for e-receipts. These receipts are very key in our assessment of taxes in this country. Yes, the campaign is to encourage that each time they go to buy something, they get a receipt for themselves. Yeah, as a business record on their side, and also on the side of URA, we get the correct revenue when these taxpayers file their returns.
The introduction of IFRIS has improved on the revenue performance in the region because the taxpayers are now getting to know their obligations. Stephen Okello for Westnile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the Uganda Parliamentary Forum on the Social Protection that advocates for the welfare of the vulnerable and the disadvantaged persons in the nations is on a fact-finding mission in the two districts of Tarago and Koboko. Community barazas were organized to get feedback from the beneficiaries in which the members of parliament vest their interests on the implementation of such programs such as the Senior Assistance Grant Empowerment, the Development Response to Displacement Impacts Program that targets the refugee hosting districts, and NutriCash under UNHRC. According to the members of parliament, there is need to reduce the age for the older persons to benefit from the SAGE program to 65 years other than the initial 80 years, since it has impacted on their lives positively, as well as increase the amount to 30,000 shillings. Frederick Dramadri reports.
We are glad that at each phase, each intervention seems to have more achievements than challenges, because SAGE's achievements are recorded everywhere, that the older persons today can make a choice on what to do with money from 80 back to 65. It's on record. We also pronounce ourselves on raising that money from 25 to 30, and it's on record. So we are waiting for Ministry of Finance to get the money, and then we take what the Parliament pronounce itself upon. We are very positive on raising that money, because we have even invested in a research. 25,000 now that started being given to them earlier on has now become 13,000. It has reduced in value to the value of 13,000. And I think we are giving a lip service if we continue to give 25,000 with the inflation that has always taken place. I think it is imperative upon us that that money be increased in order to suit the price and the cost of living that we have now. And so for us, our mandate is to monitor and ensure that all social protection services go to those it is intended to. Any hurdles that come around, we are supposed to raise them on the floor as motions, as petitions, as matters of national concern. And we have picked a number here. And the second is for us to look at the social protection financing. In the whole of Africa, Uganda is not doing well in financing social protection. We are only at 0.7% of the GDP in social protection. And our social protection interventions are reaching only to 6.5% of Ugandans. But they are telling you the people living in abject poverty are 39%. So social protection ideally would reach to all of those, but it is only going to 6.5. And so we are not doing well. So every opportunity we get to expand the scope of social protection will be welcome to us. And that is why we are also going to look at parish development model to ensure that these people living in abject poverty are benefiting from the parish development model for inclusivity and for equity. And so, as members of parliament, we are going to write a report, present it to the Committee on Gender, Labour and Social Development for correct interventions, advising government on what best to do, and the Ministry of Gender, which the committee oversees.
And more in our story, thousands today gathered at Notre Dame de Congo Cathedral in Kinshasa for a mass to honor the opposition politician Cherubin Okende, found dead in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Let's have more on that story.
A mass is held at Notre Dame du Congo Cathedral in Kinshasa to honor opposition politician Chebrin Okende, found dead in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Several people, including a bodyguard and a driver, are being questioned in the former transport minister's death. The bodyguard of an opposition politician found dead in the Democratic Republic of Congo is among several people being questioned by investigators. The Kinshasa prosecutor's office said Wednesday the body of Chebrin Okende, 61, a former transport minister, was found bullet-riddled in his car on July 13th on a road in Kinshasa after disappearing while heading to an appointment at the Constitutional Court. Attorney General Farmin Mvonde told a press briefing that his bodyguard, who was detained at the same day, has since made many statements that are not consistent. An autopsy has yet to be performed, Mvonde said, adding that Congolese and foreign experts are working together to ensure consolidated results. The cause of death has not yet been confirmed. Okende was a member of the party of Moise Katumbi, a leading opposition politician who is set to contest the presidential election in the Central African nation in December. He resigned as minister as Katumbi announced his presidential bid and withdrew his ensemble Pour la République party from the ruling coalition. President Felix Tshisekedi, who came to office in January 2019, is also due to stand for re-election.
Welcome for the sports news live on Westnile TV with me, Owen Ezaga. And in our top stories today, on Thursday, 20th July 2023, Westnile Province received 30 pairs of boots from David Majok Garabino ahead of their trip to Jinja in the Fufa drum encounter with Busoga Province. Let's have more from the compiled stories. On Thursday, 20th July 2023, Westnile Province received 31 pairs of boots from Mr. David Majok Karabino ahead of their trip to Jinja in the Fufa drum encounter with Busoga Province. Mr. Karabino, who is the CEO, Queen Logistics Limited and Business Coordinator, Westnile Province, through the company's estate manager, Mr. Magezi Hamza, has donated 31 pairs of playing boots worthy $4,650,000 during the province's last training game at Mvarakoa PTC. The White Rhinos will set off for Kamuli this evening ahead of the Sunday encounter with Busoga. Toko Badru, the media officer of the province, explains the worth of the boots.
We received about 31 pairs of playing boots worth 4,650,000 Ugandan shillings, courtesy of CEO Queen Logistics, Mr. David Majok Carabino. He did this last season, that's why we probably say that he did it again. Last season we got about 50 pairs. He gave us support in terms of money, the tracksuits I'm putting on, the entire team has them. I spent over 20 million last season, including player allowances. As we get into this particular season, because we know we're starting the campaign against Busoga on Sunday, the 23rd of July 2023 at Kamuli. But then, importantly, as a team, we want to thank him. We're thanking him, we're thanking God that made him. We're thanking the entire team at Queen Logistics, because the estates manager, Mr. Magezi Hamza, probably was here, and he actually shared some good news with us apart from delivering the playing boots. So as Westnile, we're happy. We're hoping that fans will be able to support us in numbers, but our interest is in the home game. The game against Bugisu that will be played at Greenlight Stadium, the Ababir Greenlight Stadium. That game will be on the 30th of July. So we're asking you to come in numbers. We'll be able to tell you how much it will cost. But most importantly, when we come back on Monday, we'll have much more, including press conferences. Thank you very much, Westnile. Thank you. Those who have support, please, we're not begging, but then it's your obligation, it's your human right to give to us. Thank you.
Samson Caesar Okuti, the head coach and manager of Westnile Province, says receiving the playing boot is a big boost to the team.
Today was our last training. Especially party this evening to Jinja, probably Kamuli. We are going to play soccer, our first away game. I say that we are really prepared well. Boys have been positive. And most of the injured players who have been sidelined, the previous practice games have been playing. They are all come now. And we hope to link up with some of the players who are not released by the clubs. We have Cromwell at Vipers, Shaban is still in Kampala, with the KCCA for the pre-season training, Voni is that side, Nzima, and a couple of players who perhaps have been meeting from Jinja. I must say that I'm so grateful and thankful because today we have received pairs of boots. I think almost around 30 to 40 pairs. We're so grateful to the Garabino who has been so kind. I think this in third edition he also did it. He gave us the same pairs of boots. He gave us track shoes for traveling. I think the boots are very, very important because we might reach there, find the conditions might not be so good. But I think he has given us a really boost to go all out because it's going to help us in this game with Busoga and other subsequent games.
Here we go again. I particularly want to talk about something that has been happening on and on. That is the help that we've been getting from our brother Carabino David. It's been so helpful. He donated close to 50 pairs of boots, and today he has given us 31 pairs of boots, brand new boots, which the boys have felt. They are very happy, and it normally comes timely. He has luck. He normally gives us these boots, and these boots deliver the results. And I'm quite sure that we're going to deliver these results with all this goodwill coming from Queen Logistics and our brother Carabino.
Mr. Carabino last season through the same company donated 34 pairs of playing boots, tracksuits and players' allowances amounting to 20 million Ugandan shillings. Owen Ezaga, Westnile TV Sports. Now, in other stories, Pakwachii District Local Government through the District Football Association, DFA, delivered over 40 soccer balls to all the registered teams in the district from the 3rd and 5th division. Let's have more from Stanley Marcus Wathum.
On Tuesday, 18th July 2023, Pakwach District Local Government, through the District Football Association, delivered over 40 soccer balls to all registered football teams in the district from Divisions 3 to 5. The district received the balls from the Ministry of Education and Sports and distributed to the respective clubs as guided by the ministry. Ovuru Benedict, the assistant manager at Joby United Football Club, expressed his gratitude to the government for the support.
We are very proud of our government, that is the government of Uganda, for supporting the local talent.
Olindi Benson, the chairperson DFA Pakwach, said with these supports, he's hopeful one of the clubs in the third division will surely qualify for the Uganda Premier League.
So we are hopeful. We have 3 clubs: Joby United, Pakwach Youngsters, and then Pakwach Super Eagles. We are hopeful one of the 3 clubs will qualify for Uganda Premier League this season.
Okuti Siriako, the district sports officer Pakwach, said he's hopeful these football teams will make use of these balls to improve on their skills and talents.
And we hope they will make use of this sports rating and improve on their skills and talents.
Omitwa Robertson, the chairperson LC5 Pakwach District, asked the different teams to use football to build strong foundation for education for brighter future and discourage the sportsmen from being satisfied with too little and pride.
Let us use football to lay a strong foundation for education so that our future can be bright.
Pakwach District Local Government was founded in the year 2017, and it's the first time football teams in the district are receiving such donations from the government. Stanley Marcus Watum, Westnile TV.
In more of the stories, 2 schools in two divisions in Arua City kick-started their primary school ball games. Oluko and Dedamu Division today, 20th July 2023, kick-started with the primary school ball games with number of schools that turned up for the games. The other divisions in Arua City like Aroi, Manibe, Aivuni, and Adumi will begin their games next week, according to reports. Benson Pastore compiles the story.
Primary ball games in Arua City that started today with various schools from the Damandoluko division will take 3 days, with the final set to be played on Saturday.
This time around we are having the ball games. Ball games include netball and football. That is particular that we are participating in. In this zone, we have around 32 schools. The schools are being grouped into 8 groups.
30 schools are expected to take part in the competition, with 4 venues being approved to host these games. That are Salim Saleh Playground, Mpokoro Primary Playground, Alwe Primary Playground, and lastly, Binze Primary Playground.
The games are going very well. When I opened that one at Mbakoro Primary School Playground, I think the first match started when I was there, but did not end. That is why I did not come up with the result.
And our first match that was won today was against the school called Riverview. Won it 1-0, and I think it's still good to go. We have 3 points so far. We are leading the table, and I wish also for my school all the best that they win the second match, which they are going to be taking on with, that is to say, the school Precious Junior. It is actually one of the schools in our neighborhood, so this is like going to be a very big derby.
And lastly, in our sports news, Viper Sports Club have appointed a Brazilian native, Leonardo Neiva, who joins the club on a 2-year deal. Formerly at Tanzania's Young African Sports Club, has penned down a 2-year employment contract with the Venoms. After over a week of speculations, Vipers have appointed Brazilian native Leonardo Martins Neiva, popularly known as Leo Neiva, as the new head coach, taking over from Alex Isabirie. He won both the Super Cup and the 2014-15 Tanzania Premier League before he left the club. Despite being just 45 years, he has managed both at club level and at international team levels in the various continents, including North America, the Caribbean, Southeast Asia, and Africa, Africa, various continents, including of course the Tanzania itself as a country. Neiva kick-started his coaching career as an assistant coach at America FC in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil in 2007. With that marks the end of our sports news live on Westnile TV. Stay glued for more of the stories that will be coming up right here and more programs that will always be rolling on Westnile TV.
And with that, viewer, we've come to the end of the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast, only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Ukumuringa Christine. Have a good day.